Rahul Mir, Punch Out Boxing. I am delighted to be here with Malik Scott for the first time. Malik, beautiful name. It means king in Arabic, and you carry yourself with a degree of monarchly, demeanor. By the way, what's your cigar of choice?
Right now, it's the AJ Fernandez. This is my favorite cigar on the market. It's a Nicaraguan blend. It's a morning, evening, any day type of cigar, and it's the most consistent cigar on the market. I've never had a bad one. I've been smoking them for over 7 years now, and out of 7 years, I've never had one bad one. They pull perfectly. I can have it for breakfast. I can have it for lunch or dinner. It's a very, very, very exquisite, sexy cigar. AJ Fernandez, the New World. It's called the New World, and I'm plugging them, and they never gave me a dime. That's how you know this is serious. This is not a sponsor. I'm just telling my cigar connoisseurs, the New World by AJ Fernandez is the best cigar on God's green earth.
All right. I know a bit about Nika's fighters, not about their cigars. So good to know they're good at with their tobacco as well. So Malik, your fighter Gerald, we've not seen much of him in these last few years. Bit inactive. Is he looking to make a final run of it in his career now?
Oh yes, absolutely. And after we beat Chisora, he's going. I want him to fight Andy Ruiz next. So, since Andy Ruiz didn't want to fight my other fighter, Deontay Wilder, I want him to fight Gerald Washington. After Gerald handled his business, that's the next fight that I want for Gerald, Andy Ruiz.
How did the fight with Derek come about? Did you guys call for it, or was you approached?
No, we was waiting for it. Hold on one second. This my
That's right. Was that Deontay on the phone?
yes. So
No way.
was that? He's at the airport. No, it wasn't. It was Boss, my other brother. He's coming.
All right. So yeah, you were waiting for it. Yeah. What was there talk that this fight could happen, or
Yeah, an opportunity came. They reached out. We said yes immediately, and now we're here.
as Gerald said on the presser there, that he was a late starter, so relatively low mileage. Do you think he can still get into the title picture, Gerald?
Absolutely, because he's going to beat Chisora. He's going to beat Andy Ruiz after this, and then from there, he's in title contention. All you have to do is beat guys that can fight in this business to get in title contention. Gerald can do that.
Was there something in Derek's last couple of performances that you see that makes you comfortable?
It's just Father Time is undefeated. Any man that takes tons of punches over a certain limit of his career, that narrows down their time in this game. And when it narrows down their time in this game, the body gets weakened. The chin isn't as durable as time goes. This is not a Derek Chisora thing. This is just a mankind thing. And as time go on, we all get a bunch of loopholes, and you get fighters that know how to take advantage of those loopholes. And that's what Gerald Washington is going to do Saturday night.
Indeed. There was talk that he might step in for Dillian White, who's obviously off the card. Was there any truth in that?
Yes, absolutely. We was ready for the call. We was prepared. It didn't go through. They chose a much, in my opinion, less dangerous opponent in Robert Helenius at this stage in his career. We just decapitated Robert Helenius last October, and now they're fighting him here um, Saturday, and they're doing that because they're want to make sure January is secured, and I get the business aspect of it. I really do. But nobody would ever do to Robert Helenius what we did to him last October. Deontay decapitated him from the back foot.
Yeah, a lot of people always said he needs that long right hand, but he showed he can move it just 6 inches and take a guy out.
Short word, short word. And it was all orchestrated. I orchestrated it. Deontay orchestrated it, and we strategized together.
Just wonder if Gerald had taken the AJ fight, would that be a conflict of interest for you? Because
Not at all. Not at all. Deontay want the best for me. He doesn't. He's not into that. If I'm training somebody, Deontay wants the best for them, and he wants the best for me as a trainer. So if Gerald would have fought AJ and we would have came in here and threw up the apples, threw a monkey wrench into the apple cart, then that just would have been. Deontay would have been happy. We would have celebrated when I got home, and we would have went into preparation for his next move.
just can I ask you about Deontay? Of course, is he now in the final stage of his career? How much longer does he want to do this?
However long as well, the number was 3 years at first. The number was 3 years. The number was 3 years. And hold on one second.
That's right. Yeah, Deontay. Still think he's got a few more years left in the game.
Yeah. What? As much as he went, the number was 3 years. He didn't. Then sometimes it's 4 years. It just all depends. But the blessing in that, he's at a point to fight if he want or not fight if he want. It's all upon his deciding because he's put himself in great positions to not need this game heavily financially. He's already secure. He's made great moves and set him and his family up pretty good for life. So I'm proud of that.
Indeed, a lot of people, fans even here in the UK, they're saying that the way Anthony Joshua's fought recently, Deontay would knock him cold because he's so hesitant. Is that what you've seen, AJ, from his recent performances?
Yeah, but I've seen that before. Other people seen it stylistically. I study boxing. I don't study the mood swings of fighters or the up and down of fighters. Stylistically, it doesn't matter when it was or how AJ is looking now. On AJ's best day, stylistically, I think he gets knocked out by Deontay Wilder. I don't come from a fanatic or a fan standpoint. I'm coming from someone that does this, someone that's been studying it since the age of 12, unlike most of my critics. So my prediction comes from film and study, not from, oh, this guy haven't had two good fights, so now what you come will knock him out. I'm not a fanatic. I'm a real teacher.
How do you rate AJ Wilder aside in the heavyweight scene? Do you still think he's one of the top heavyweights? And
Well,
yeah,
absolutely. All of this has been going on in this country over the last few years because of Anthony Josh. He's made the revenue stream go so much up higher for his peers just because of his market that he created or they created, whatever you want to say. So yeah, AJ is a very, very good fighter. He's a very, very good fighter. May say great in my opinion because the resume, he has a good resume as far as the Vladimir, as far as yeah, he has a good resume. You know, yeah, he's a very good fighter. I just think stylistically, he's a very good fighter or a very great fighter that could be knocked out by Deontay Wilder. Yeah, he's not the only one. Like, there's tons of great fighters that could be stylistic, that could be knocked out by someone else. But we're in a game that's so sensitive that if you say that, like people look at it like, oh, he said that. Yeah, I said that. Deontay will knock him out in 3 rounds. I'm only saying about the hardest punch in the history of the sport. Like, it's very logical. I'm not saying something that's far fetched at all.
indeed. When you look at the heavyweight scene, which of the sort of upcoming contenders behind the sort of big four do you see as probably being the next great heavyweight or maybe the
I don't,
biggest threat?
I don't know right now. I don't know right now. I'm very, I know a lot of people don't like Shane, Hagervick because of his last performance. They want, but I'm really big on him. I love that Ronnie Shields is his trainer. Um, I can't wait to see him and McKean fight. McKean is a good fighter as well. But I think the next heavyweight that's going to really, really clean things up, I don't know his name right now, but I think it's going to take 2 to 3 years after the major guys is gone for people to finally see who it is.
Not high on Jared Anderson, for example.
Yeah, I'm very high on him, but you're asking me who's the very next heavyweight that I look at and say, oh my God, wow. Yeah, Jared is special. He can fight, but I think there's others out there that could give him trouble possibly. You know, he could, in my opinion, stylistically, he got he got some maintenance to do as far as his style, as far as his defense, especially. Um, yeah, and I hope he get with a good teacher that could clean some of that up because at the highest level, things that you're able to do to D minus opponents, you can't do to B plus opponents. The punches you're able to take from a C plus guy, you won't be able to take from an A plus guy. That's just the nature of the game. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. That's like saying Michael Jordan can play basketball. That's not an opinion. It's a fact. You have to be ready for the levels of the game that's coming at you.
Indeed. Talking of levels, the other major heavyweight fight coming up in a couple of weeks, the unified champ Alexander Usyk goes up against our own Daniel Dubois.
It's going to stop Dubois.
Is it based on Dubois' last performance, or again just generic style?
No, it's based on lack of experience at that level. And I feel as though that Dubai and them is looking at how small Usyk is, and they're not really calculating. Yeah, he's small, but he can hurt you with shots you don't see coming, especially if you overcommit. I think he's going to do a lot of overcommitting, and I think Usyk is going to make him pay tragically for it.
There was some talk potentially Usyk against Deontay. Is Usyk style-wise difficult for Deontay to work out?
No, not at all. There's no style. Deontay loved fighting southpaws. That's why everyone he fought, he's knocked out cold. You know what I mean? So I think we got to go, bro. I think
Malik, absolute pleasure for the first time, and good luck Saturday.